Howdy, and welcome back to another episode of World Bigfoot Radio. Never been down here before. There's the river. That's where Deep Creek comes down into the river. Nice steep hill climb for the ATVs that want to play with it. Another side trail. I'm going to take a walk over this way. We're on the far side of Deep Creek. On skeletons. Johnny's feet. Hair pile. More hair. More hair. Let's go see what else we can find. Here's where we're at. Creek's down there. We're up to where we're trying to go to here. Finding tracks in the grass. Got Johnny's foot there for scale. There's the toes. Heels back here. You can see it's squished down this whole area. And if we go right over here, another one. You can see everything all crushed down. So maybe we will find more stuff. Here's where we're at. Power line right up there. We're going to go down that way into the not at all scary and dark woods. Hey, look, a path. Something already went down this way. See, bent over grass. Something went through here. We'll go follow the game trail. Found it's probably another track. Looks like toes. Okay. And then foot itself goes back like that. There's Johnny's foot next to it for scale. Where are we? Middle of nowhere, following the game path. So I'm down there where I said I was going to go and film. There it is. We've got beautiful clear skies here. You can see for many a mile. Unlike on the East Coast where it's currently smoky toast. Here's where Deep Creek shoots out into the river. Johnny's car up there. There's Johnny with his stylish Abbey Road shirt on. Very recent release. You can see the river's clipping along pretty good. Walk down here a little bit. Across the sandbar. Or I should say gravel bar. A lot of times, this time of the year, this area across the river from here is actually a camping place. And the water's sometimes deep enough that it's actually underwater. And you know, look at how much embankment you've got right now. The river can be much higher this time of the year. There's some debris floating around in the river down there. And there's Johnny. We figured he'd come down, look around down here and see if we could find any tracks. I found a couple indentations in the gravel bed that look like they could be tracks, but you know, you can't see any details, so. Anyway.
Gives you an idea of how absolutely dense it is here. So green.
It finally quit raining. It's Saturday morning and I'm going to go for a little walk to a structure that we found before. Figured you guys might enjoy a little look at the river here. Scenic and windy. And at this point, very full of water, making it really tough to try and get across there. Path down there. A sign, a sign. What's it say? Save the vegetation, don't blow things up.
Scouting the other side.
I'm up on the road. Ashton's following a series of tree snaps. It seems to parallel the road at this point. I'm trying to find a trail that diverges off on the other side of the road while he's doing this. Obvious game trail right here, and it kind of loops around, goes up there, and there's that huge asterisk structure. Ashton is right over here filming a small track right now. We found Eric's asterisk, and we're going to walk up there, and then we're going to actually continue to further down the trail where we didn't go the last time and see if we could find anything down there. And there's Viking heading up toward it. Alright, I'm gonna head up there. Once again, at the asterisk. See that main tree there? It's got that one branch growing up out of it, and then two sticks hanging from it. We found the exact same thing on the other side of the river, right next to the huge asterisk structure that they have over there. Actually, William Lunsford found it when we were over there. And then if you go over this way, there's a big X structure. And yeah, we've already checked that one. It is handmade. There's Viking Ashton underneath it for scale. Alright, we go on and find more stuff.
Doesn't care. The water's so high, we're staying up here instead of going down to the usual spot, which is just right over there. It's right off the main road.
Hey sweetie, how you doing? Good to see you. See if I can get a better, more unobstructed view, since deer in question does not seem to care very much. Hey, aren't you pretty? Ooh, you got pretty ears. I'm only like maybe 40 feet away. Clearly doesn't care. Oh, a human. What's that? Campers right here. Ashton just got some good video too. So anyway, for you people that love the video of the wildlife, here you go. One of the local deer. Stop by for lunchtime. Muncha. River's so swollen right now I can't get across it to the gifting spot to leave the guys the stuff where they're usually at. So I'm going to have to stash it on this side of the river and hope they find it. Alright. There you go, local deer. And the deer's in no hurry to go anywhere. Okay. There's your obligatory local wildlife video. Hey, Kelly Shaw, Rocky Mountain Sasquatch. I'm not him. He's right here. Hey, Kelly.
Hey, Duke.
We're outside of Coloma. It quit raining for a day, and Kelly just happened to be in the area. So we're taking a look around to see how many Bigfoot tracks we can find. And we will keep you guys
Duke
posted.
just found this Bigfoot track on a animal trail. I just like the toes on that thing. Duke's going up ahead looking for more tracks on the game trail. It's close to 12. I can't really see where the back end terminates. And it's about 5 inches wide. Toes, and it comes back here. And it looks like the heel may have not made much weight of impact because it is going uphill. Oh, you threw a tape down on this other track?
The other thing to keep an eye out for is sometimes when they're going up this hill, they're four-wheeling it, and all you get is just the front of their foot coming down.
The front of the mid-tarsal?
Yeah, everything from the ball of the foot forward, you'll get the toes and stuff, and there won't be any back part.
Do they put down their hands and knuckles on this part?
Yes, we found a huge knuckle print up not very long ago. That's friggin' deep in the...
Oh, the front of the mid-tarsal. Another part of the foot in a trackway going up the hill. And this is an area that Duke's research group finds tracks often.
Jenny's got the right idea. There's multiple game trails here spread out about every 20 feet, and they walk all of them. So check across the hillside.
All right.
See, it's more of a finger.
Digging into the tree.
It's not claw marks.
Yeah, you would think that a bear would use his whole claw, not just like the tip of a finger.
See?
I
These
gotcha.
little holes.
Yeah. It's like a single finger and tough nail.
Yeah, just some fingers.
I would imagine that the Bigfoot has those thick yellow fingernails. Found jawbone of what appears to be a deer along a Bigfoot trackway. It's also a squirrel cache location. You can see the evidence of pine cones that have been consumed here. And who knows, this could have died of natural causes, any type of predator. It just happens to be in a place we're finding Bigfoot tracks and has a history of Bigfoot tracks and sightings. When we're up in a Bigfoot location, we like to point out all the food sources. Check out this giant mushroom. And I don't know if this mushroom's edible for people, but it looks like animals and insects have been taking bites out of it. I'm sure Bigfoot's probably got a stomach that can handle a lot of stuff. He probably eats these mushrooms too.
Kelly's showing mushrooms. And he's right too. They probably eat most of these different varieties of wild mushrooms. The only ones that we know of that they don't eat are morels. Because if you don't cook a morel, you get a tummy ache. So that's probably why they leave them alone. But in areas where there's morels around and other kinds of edible mushrooms, sometimes you'll find that all the other kinds of edible mushrooms are gone, but the morels are still sitting there. Well, if it was humans picking them, they would have taken the morels too. There's Jenny. We're both still scouring. All three of us are scouring the hillside here. There's a big, some high alpine cows over here watching us. Doing some Bigfoot and hanging around with the cows.
Ground. Well, that's 7 feet. I mean, 7 inches across.
Uh-huh.
And it goes deep. Well, there's a weird, big, huge toe right there.
Yeah, I think it's
Can you
more
see
like
that?
if that's part of the foot, which it looks like it's like 8 inches wide.
Okay, yeah, it is.
It's huge.
There's another inch.
The toes go clear up there, and I'm seeing at least 14 inches where it's smushed down where the weeds are. And it's not the freshest because vegetation has a chance to spring back, but it comes clear back here.
Yeah.
Over 14 inches in length.
Old.
It's what's impressive is the width up at the toes.
It's just big.
And it's got the crazy toe over here going on.
But it's old.
Has that got a big divergent left toe on it?
Yes.
Because we found one of his tracks over there.
So
about
that's
a week and a
normal,
half
huh?
ago. There's one of them that's got that big toe.
And we call it a crazy toe.
Yeah.
Have you guys gotten a good length on that one where the back end's crisp too?
Guesstimating around 19 or more inches. The other one that I got, we had a good front foot width on.
See, this one must have put most of the weight on its front pad and didn't sink in as much on the back. Now, that tree did not grow there. That's massive and heavy. Not calling it a Bigfoot structure, but it's been relocated and placed. See, this one has a root system and it's still alive and growing, but that one's been shoved into the ground right there. And sometimes they'll come back and add to these. Usually a living host tree, and they go around and grab deadfall and make these teepee structures. But right now, it's a leaner.
We got another road that goes in here a little ways, and then there's a gate across it. Apparently it's a elk calving area, so no road access for vehicles. And we found tracks here the last time we were here, so figured we'd go check it out. Got the lovely Jenny with us, and we got that grouchy Kelly Shaw guy over there somewhere.
He's grabbing my gear.
He's grabbing his gear, that's what's going on. Kelly is not grouchy, not even remotely. I'm just giving him shit. Okay, so we're gonna walk down here. This is where we found the big cookie cutter track in the sand last time we were here a couple weeks ago, and we also found what looked like little person tracks. Which, if we start finding a bunch of them, we're turning around and coming back. Bigfoot tracks, not scared. Little person tracks, not that good. So, okay, we'll get back.
Someone will send me a Bigfoot sighting report, and I'll read it, and I'll be like, oh yeah, right. And then you get to the area, and you're like, oh, I totally believe them now.
Yeah.
Especially when you're finding the hows and whys the Squatch would be there in the first place.
Yeah. What's the attractive? Is there a route through here? Where's the food line?
Beyond the gate of you're not supposed to drive down here because elk calving area. As you can see how lush and green everything is right now. There's Kelly and Jenny. We're gonna go a ways further down this. We haven't been down. I've never been down here. None of us have, so we're gonna check it out. We're on that road going to quote-unquote elk calving area. We walked several hundred yards down it. You can see the drop off beyond it. Very steep. Very steep. Kelly and Jenny, I think, just found a big track going up an embankment, so I'm going to walk back up there. I think this is about as far as we're going to go down this one.
Until they can see.
Look, something went up the hillside right here. Jenny found these tracks about 8.5 inches wide right there. I don't think it used the entire foot here. Yeah, I think it was just using the front pad of the foot, which there's about 13 inches of it. I think the hill probably extended off the hillside here. Also stepped right there. It was heading up this embankment hillside.
Whatever it was nimble because
And usually a Bigfoot track at the widest point, the length of the track's usually about double. However, saying that, once they hit about 8 inches wide, 8.5 inches wide, they usually quit getting any wider. But that's something that would be 17 inches or longer. But yeah, whatever it was heavy as hell. When you see it on the monitor, it looks better.
We got some craters going up the hill. This sucker's deep.
and it's hard to get there.
Look at this shit. Up to my wrist.
Over 8.5
inches. That's about the size of that knuckle print we found a couple weeks ago.
You can see where the toes are like raking in the front.
There's one right above it.
And there's one above it, and there's a couple more there, and there's more there.
I mean, it went in over 4 inches deep at the toes.
Whatever it was incredibly heavy. And like I said, you got more.
And this is really gravelly substrate, so it took a lot of weight and strength.
More of them right there.
Yeah.
More of them right there.
Yep.
And then it somehow got right up, probably put its foot on that rock and got right up the embankment. So either a colossally huge bear that's not leaving a rear footprint, or a mountain cow.
He might have
We
been...
could have had a giant mountain cow on Owl Rock or something. It could go right up cliffs.
If it was a bear, it was declawed.
It was a declawed grizzly.
4 inches and didn't even leave a dimple of a claw.
I don't know if you guys are getting how steep this is, but they're straight across.
Yeah. You can see to the left of you how steep it is.
Whatever it was went up this thing. Didn't care about how steep it was.
It did not.
No, and it looked like it got to a point and just leaped up that embankment because there's a good like 8 to 10 foot section where it didn't leave a single track.
Yeah, right up there at the top you can see the two heavy impressions. And then it probably put its foot on that rock and went bloop right up.
Yep.
I want to go check out that impression up there, maybe.
There might be toe prints. Check it out, man. Let's watch Kelly try and get up this friggin' gravel bank here.
Yeah,
This is going to be epic. And it's not all that solid either. See it collapsing beneath his feet. That's why this thing left friggin' craters, whatever it was.
I think this was the last footprint before it leaked. This thing's huge.
Mountaineering.
Length on this one.
In order to be a successful Bigfoot researcher in the Rocky Mountains, you must also be part mountain goat and mountaineer. Because otherwise you can't get to the damn tracks.
Yeah, this one's about 19 inches. This one's about 19 inches in length. And you can see where one of the toes really, it may have been the big toe on the right foot that really shoved in right here as it leaped. It brought the rest of this dirt down on its tracks when it leaped. Oh yeah, 8.5 inches wide, just like the one below. The one below was just like most of the front of the mid-tarsal, but this is the entire track. And it terminates about 6 inches is where it starts curving to the back. And you can see the heel come clear back to here. Yeah, this one's ginormous. This one, from the top of the big toe to where it terminates and curves around in the back, is about 18.5 to 19 inches.
Kelly, look over to your right. It looks like there's another crater over there. He might have went up that way. Yeah,
I am seeing another track over here.
And like I said, crater. It's not even a track, it's a crater.
Yeah, one of his toes is showing up really good on this side. Yeah, one of his toes is showing up really good on this side. And he sunk in deep. He sunk in about 2.5 inches in the rear. And I'm having a hard time coming up this. And he probably come up here gracefully compared to me. Do you guys find one up here that has around a 19-inch track?
Oh yeah.
Guesstimate this one's 18.5 to 19 inches in length by the couple of tracks I just looked at. More tracks that come up from here. See, down into this gully. And this road that we're on is closed off to traffic. You can't drive on this anymore. There's a service gate.
Oh my God.
It just looks like steps.
Yeah, it's come up and down this.
I think a lot of times.
It may be going down and getting some drink down in that creek down
like
there.
a little creek or
Creek
something
down there.
Down there. And then he comes right back up here to the ridge.
Look, this
Right
looks
here
like
and done
his
a ton of damage with all of its weight. Going downhill. I mean, a person kind of sidesteps going down, but it's got its toe pointed straight down. No problem.
Well, I'll guarantee one thing, whatever's making these tracks, it ain't a cow.
His foot actually going down. Okay, we showed you several of them going uphill, but this is it going downhill. Its toes have just driven in right here and done a ton of damage with all of its weight. Going downhill. I mean, a person kind of sidesteps going down, but it's got its toe pointed straight down, no problem. Where you or I would be sidestepping down this to avoid breaking our neck. That is deep, deep. He sunk in a good 6 inches.
Well, I'll guarantee one thing, whatever's making these tracks, it ain't a cow.
No.
Check out that. This is it coming down. It is 18 inches up to the toe section. And the toes come up here. And it coming downhill, you would think that it would put all of its weight in the front. But probably keeping its balance, it put most of the weight in the back, giving us a really nice hill area.
Crushed the ground down about a foot, you know.
Yeah.
The hill is about 5 inches wide where it starts to curve to the back. And up at the toe area, 8 inches. And this one looks like it's got the crazy toe off to one side. And it sunk in on the downhill side 4 inches, uphill side about 6 inches. So now we got evidence of it going uphill and downhill.
You got another one right there. You got another one right there. You got another one right there, and that's where it stepped down off the embankment.
Yeah, people, it's a trackway. It's not just a one-hopping legged Sasquatch. In my experience, Bigfoot does not like to leave tracks. Once you find a good one, it leads to more, and we probably just saw a couple dozen tracks there, but 5 or 6 of them were the fully defined, where you got both sides of the feet, the heel and the toes. But when they're going uphill, they sometimes just use the front of the mid-tarsal, so you're only getting 3/4, half of a footprint.
Yep. You seem to do that a lot on really steep hillsides where they'll take their foot and they'll cram it in like a piton. And this much of their foot actually goes into the hillside, and that's what they're putting all their weight on. So you never see the back of the foot.
I've seen that in Washington.
Brody and I found like a 24-inch track or whatever it was, and we were freaking out. And then we discovered that it was 2 Bigfoot, one with 19-inch, one with 14, 24-inch that we found when we went and started dissecting it a little bit closer. That's because they stepped in each other's track, making it look bigger.
I turned around a couple of times.
Nahalio! Hoseo!
I see a lot of smashed down vegetation of footprints, just don't know what made the footprints. I heard it echoing that way and heard it echoing that way, so I'm not exactly sure where it come from, but I heard 2 pretty loud whoops, loud enough to echo.
I'm watching this. You know how often he probably walks up here? Not every year.
It may very well have been 2, because the first one I heard whoop over here and echoed a little bit, and then I heard a whoop that direction, echoed a little bit. So it may have been one communicating with another one, maybe letting them know that we're here.
The usual protocol. Humans getting close, sentinels let out a noise, would knock their...
Well, we've already got evidence of a Bigfoot that walked up and down the top of this one at least once. It walked up there at least once and walked down at least once, because we got tracks going both directions.
It kind of looks like
Like knuckle print?
See, and then there's...
And Duke's already found what he thought was knuckle prints, and that looks like it could be the front of a foot.
I don't know. It looks more like... Do you think it's hand?
There's the Gifty stump. And last time we were up here, we left him some goodies. We left him a container of peanut butter, a big one, and 6 apples. There's the remains of the peanut butter jar. And the broken top. Where's the rest of the jar? Did they eat it? Okay, guys. Look at how big the opening on that thing is. Like, I can put my hand right in it, no problem. Torn off. Kelly's setting up a cam to film the area while we wander around and look for more tracks. What it looks like today. How are you doing? You got babies with you too, huh? Do you? She just came up to say hi. And she's got cute little babies wandering around here. I just saw one go zipping through the grass. There it is over there. I'm not sure you guys can see it or not. Hey, sweetie. Uh-oh. What's uh-oh? Huh? What's uh-oh? Where's your baby? See, your baby took off over there. Are you gonna come over so I can say hi? Huh? Oh, aren't you pretty? You want to flare your tail out again? There's your babies. I see 2 of them right there. Don't worry, I won't hurt you and your kids. I'll leave. Oh, geez. Yeah, when your baby just about got under my foot. Good thing I'm not stepping anywhere. Apparently I walked right across where she was just herding all of her babies at. So, anyway, there we go, gross. Kelly and Jenny going over to restock the snack bar, which is actually a big stump about chest high that we left stuff on last time. And again, here's the remnants of the peanut butter jar. I can put my fist right in there. I don't know. Somebody's hand was so big they couldn't get it in there, and they just tore the top off.
Okay, Duke just got back with his gift from the last time they was up here, and we're getting ready to re-gift.
There's the remains of the peanut butter jar.
They gifted with peanut butter. Yeah, we're just up here. We set up a lunch picnic table at his spot to have a little bit of a break, and now we're going to gift. But yeah, that's what's left of the peanut butter, and look at that.
Somebody couldn't get their whatever part it was in there, and they tore the top off.
Yep. See, look.
And now, whatever ate that gets, I think he said it was a stump back here or something.
Follow my trail.
We're coming up on World Bigfoot TV gifting stump. Yeah, we showed you the food on the plate. We're not leaving the plate, by the way. Everything we're leaving is edible and biodegradable. And this isn't our spot. We're not the ones that made the decision to gift here. We're just following suit and helping out. Just got vocalizations off that way. There it goes again. A bunch of hooping. It's Rocky Mountain Sasquatch. We're in a Bigfoot sighting hotspot with the local research Duke with World Bigfoot TV. And we're in the Garnet Mountain Range. And we're on one of the peaks where they find a lot of activity in their sightings. Jenny got a weird sensation. Her sixth sense kicked in.
Got goosebumps all over my arms and all the hair stood up on the back of my neck.
That sensation came from this direction that we're heading now.
Yeah, I was standing with my back over here.
So there's Duke up ahead. He's looking around. And Jenny also sensed something over here, and she has a really good sixth sense when it comes to animals and stuff in an area.
Very quiet, except for an occasional bug. There's Kelly and Jenny.
We just got some vocalizations.
They're supposed to be down here right now.
You know the vocalizations we heard earlier?
Yeah.
We're closer to them now. They vocalized 3 times over there, and I had the camera rolling during 2 of them.
Good, I hope you caught them.
Yep, some loud hoops. They're not too far from us.
Nope. And you guys can see the valley down below once I get up here. Yeah, we are way the hell up there. That mountain way up in the distance. So yeah, Kelly and Jenny just heard a couple of whoops as they were coming this direction. And right down there.
I'm kind of surprised you didn't hear them.
They're down there somewhere. Last time we were here, we heard a double wood knock from over that direction. So we're going to see what we can find here.
I'm kind of surprised you didn't hear them. They were loud and they echoed. Used to be a log laying right here. You can still see the indentation.
All the way down.
And it's a pretty long one. A deadfall log.
It's gone.
And so maybe it got used in a Bigfoot structure. We'll keep our eye open. Especially since now we're hearing vocalizations after we found tracks. And look, we are on the top. We're looking down on all the other mountain ridges and peaks from here. Duke's heading in the direction. We heard the vocalizations. And the crazy thing is it's kind of the same direction Jenny was getting a vibe. I don't know what language he's talking in, but he's trying to communicate with whatever made the vocalizations this direction.
And always remember, don't flip off the mountain giant, don't poke Dogman with a stick, don't punt the Puckwudgies, and for God's sakes, whatever you do, do not hug the Wookiees.
That is some Bigfooting advice from Duke on World Bigfoot TV.
Don't give donuts to Nessie either. Opening back up again.
Nice place to camp with a good vantage point up here with the ridge walkers.
That's where I want to get, right down there.
Even though that vocalization's further away than the last one, it sounds more aggressive.
I'm not going down this thing. Yeah, whenever you hear on my channel when I tell you guys that we're out in the middle of nowhere, we're out in the middle of nowhere. Can we get a phone signal?
From here I can probably see 25 to 50 miles and I don't see nobody.
That valley down below us is 9 miles away. Yeah, there's some dudes in there because you can't see those far mountain ranges very clear. And sometimes you can see 3 mountain ranges. So sail, if you're north of the Great Plains, Eastern Rockies, Nahalio, up here it's Oki, over eastern Nebraska it's Ahu.
And that's how you say hello in Sasquatch.
Yeah, and they're just like native tribes. They all have their own little tribal language. So if you don't know the local one, when I'm yelling at them like that, they're like a human hearing somebody yelling, you know, bonjour or auf Wiedersehen.
Au revoir.
Au revoir. You know what
Hola.
it means, but it ain't the language you speak. You guys can see this. Looks pretty clear on camera. Old track. There's your toes. And the outline of the foot. Going back there. Back up again. Looks to be 19 or 20 inches, so it might have been the same one that was powering up that hillside.
Really neat location with a lot of Bigfoot activity. Giant, deep Sasquatch tracks. We documented at least 2 individuals that used this area. Plus, we heard several Bigfoot-style vocalizations. Keep on watching. We're going to keep on squatching.
So make sure that you're kind to everyone. Safety first, last, and always. Pay it forward. Don't be mean to people if you don't have to be. Don't flip off the mountain giant. Don't poke Dogman with a stick. Don't punt the puckwudgie. And for God's sake, whatever you do, do not hug the Wookiee.